Traders, this is the only face that I can properly portray to explain today. Oh my God. Oh man. Let's just talk about it. Holy shnikes. I mean, just absolutely mind-boggling, wildly insane, crazy, intense, fearful, fearsome selling. That's kind of what's happening right now. Just wildness. So one thing to remember, the market can remain irrational much longer than we can remain solvent. That's a very, very, very big thing to remember. One thing that we did do is we did hold the close and the low specifically of yesterday. And that was a very, very big deal. The fact that we're holding that low, I think. Good volume. Today technically is an inside day candle on the E-minis, which is the S&P 500 futures. So just looking at it right now, I mean, we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. I mean, that's really all I can say. We get a good close like this and then we gap down, it's going to be absolute bloodshed. If we gap up a little bit, I actually could see another strong, okay, bullish day, maybe 1.5%, 2% up. We'll have to find out. But realistically, man, some selling is predominantly forceful and fearsome out there on the broader markets. Here's the Dow Jones Industrial Average for those who are tuning in. And you are right on top of the 200 symbol. So even though there's a lot of fear out there, we have bounced at this particular price before. Today is Wednesday. You did have a bullish inside day candle last week and we gapped down. So that's why we're getting so much selling, as you did have a lot of people trapped on the Dow Jones. So if we're looking at the daily chart with a close of 5.8%, the Dow did close below the low of yesterday, which is huge. Really, really important to understand. The DIA, the Dow ETF did the same thing. So the Dow ETF closed below that low. That's going to be showing some really, really just scary insightfulness. The Qs did not. So you got some mixed signals across the board. But at this point, folks, we got to be prepared for anything. The candle that came in yesterday, which was a very profitable day for everyone in real life trading, but the candle yesterday should not get taken out so quick. And the fact that it pretty much is, especially that we have an upper and lower shadow, and we have a little bit of an indecision, today, and just a massive buying yesterday, is quite concerning. So the IWM closed below the low of that candle already. So my thought is we have to be on full alert at this point, my friends. I know it seems illogical, irrational, and really, really weird that we're selling off based on this virus issue, but all I can say is it's happening and the economic impacts are showing up. They are poking their head. They are there. So regardless of if we want it to sell off or not, realistically, we got to be absolutely prepared for this to continue, because taking out that much bullishness that quickly, to me, shows serious signs of weakness. So as I was mentioning to some of my traders right as we were closing the day, we talked about this yesterday in the afternoon room. We're getting into some SPY puts, different expirations, different strike prices. Also doing a bull call spread just in case we bounce, because the volatility has been insane, and selling some bear call spreads a little bit higher. So really, as far as options are concerned, just doing my absolute best to hedge and protect. Apple held up okay most of the day. I mean, it's down 3.4%. But you do have an inside candle. It is holding up okay. One of the strongest stocks today was actually AMD, closing profitable. Not only closing profitable, but positive in closing above yesterday's candle, which is really interesting. We do have a weekly options newsletter trade on AMD that is up right now. So that's really, really weird. So that's actually showing a little bit of life, unless, of course, again, the market gaps down and just all these people on AMD get trapped. AMD was actually a profitable day trade that many real life traders took today. And this is another reason, markets like this, why I do love day trading, because you're in cash, or at least in one of your accounts, you're in cash, and you're able to make money regardless of what the market does. Long term, I'm still finding companies to tiptoe into. I'm still buying some dips, right? But like I've been mentioning over the past few days, my friends, I'm doing it very small size. So when you're doing companies like Google or Amazon or Apple, Facebook, you're just buying small positions. You're not loading the boat. You're doing 3 shares this week, 5 shares next week, 10 shares the week after. You're just tiptoeing in because you're never going to call the bottom on moves like this. You just have to kind of slowly scale in. So tomorrow's open will be massively important. I really wish everyone that was hearing my voice right now would just tune in to the morning day trading room tomorrow, because I will be there, and Friday, to lead the entire RL team to victory. Bottom line, we were profitable on 2 trades today. AMD bullish and Cloudera bearish, CLDR. So Cloudera, we shorted this pullback and it just slowly faded down all day long. So right now on the day trades, we're doing okay, even though the month is relatively insane and some crazy insaneness is just going down right now. I'm doing my absolute best just to be cool, calm, collected, find the trades that make the most sense, take those trades, and do our best to mitigate our losses. We do have a swing trade on Glue Mobile, GLUU, and it actually is ending up a little bit on the day. So I'm looking at getting in above 641 with a stop at 577. We'll see if Glue Mobile actually goes higher or lower, but that one did have a little bit of life today. Another stock that has some life was VIPS, VIPS, the last 2 or 3 days, but right now is working on pulling back. So I am kind of keeping an eye on VIPS shop holding to fill this retest gap, and maybe we get an opportunity to buy the dip around 1458, possibly, right? We'll kind of find out. We'll see if that gives us an opportunity to do that. And man, I mean, there's just so much out there to talk about. Facebook, ticker symbol FB. Facebook is looking weak, but again, based on what we do tomorrow, could we gap up and just double bottom out of here? Yeah, we actually could. Today was a day that there's a lot of fear, a lot of panic. People just not jumping out of windows. That's a little bit much. But the fear and the greed, which again, I don't think the market's controlled by greed, but definitely fear. Fear is strong right now. People are terrified. People are scared. Companies are sending their employees home. There's restructuring going on. Schools are closing down. This is a big deal. Even though it shouldn't be, it is, right? That's the thing. It is. It is a big deal. So we need to be cognizant. We need to take advantage of these moves. We need to understand how to properly mitigate risk. We need to know which ways to hedge and how to appropriately position ourselves. So I think we did a very good job of that today in the morning day trading room. And in the afternoon room yesterday, we're really prepared for this type of move. Tesla is going to be extremely interesting the next 3 or 4 days. Very nice pennant pattern. Could break strongly, really strongly in either direction. Even though if it breaks down on the bearish side, the weekly 20 EMA is at 552.62. So I'd feel okay about probably some pausing happening there on Tesla, which that would be down 13%. So volatility is here to stay, folks. Day trading is going to be an absolute blast if you are picking the right plays and doing the right stops and just focusing on the right moves. Volatility sales is going to be fun. My friends, if you have any stocks you want me to request, if you want me to look at something, let me know. But again, all the companies that I'm getting into right now on small pullbacks, I'm just doing so very lightly. Like Etsy as an example. I do like Etsy long term. I think this is going to offer some good dip buying opportunities. Here's the weekly chart. So we're pulling back. So any kind of position that you get into, ladies and gentlemen, just do so small size, buy low, sell high, have your positions where if you're buying, okay, so let's say you want to buy $10,000 worth of a position. Okay, the top part you're buying 1,000, and then down here you're buying 2,000, and then down here you're buying 2,500, and then down here you're buying the rest. Remember, pyramid in, don't put in all of your size up front, even if you are really confident the stock's on the bounce, you love the company long term, like Boeing. Boeing has just been getting absolutely put through the cheese shredder right now. It's at 189. So, wow. I mean, Albert, by the way, congratulations, Mr. Rodriguez, for making 6 R's on Albert. My girl Felicia Jones also making some good gains on Boeing. But you can see some telltale signs here. Once Boeing closed below the 200, which was last week, this gap down Monday was just ridiculous. I mean, very strong. Gap and goes across the board. The gaps are working, my friends. They are. They're giving us indications. They're giving us insights. We need to know how to play them. We need to be safe. We need to be cautious. We need to be concerned. And we need to have a proper plan. Join Real Life Trading if you're freaking out. Let me do my absolute best to guide you, help you, and give you some insights on what to do. And Let's crush it. I'm going to be back on Friday with a trade review, and that'll be where I will look over and kind of analyze the stock that gentleman or gentle lady took, traded, and played, and kind of give my overall briefs and discussions on it. Otherwise, folks, I appreciate each and every one of you watching. Thank you so much for tuning in to this market madness. Virus is making some impacts all across the world, and I'm really interested to see what causes a slowdown, if and when. I'll see you all later, which will be on Friday. And until then, love life, live life, and trade it. Bye.